A massive cleaning campaign has just concluded. The surface of the motherboard is now spotless, reflecting light like a mirror. Captain Moon carefully performs a final radar scan, nods in satisfaction, and waves his light baton to signal a perfectly executed mission. The heavy-duty machine giant exhaustedly drops his excavator bucket to the floor with a clank, stretching his body and releasing a long, relaxing puff of steam. Wise, the monkey, lands softly after a backflip. He exhales heavily, continuously using his hand to fan his face after hours of relentless scrubbing. The elegant Smart glides around on her roller skates, holsters her optical broom on her hip, and smiles as she smooths her glowing blue fiber optic hair. Genius touches down smoothly with his jet boots right next to Bite Dog. The mechanical pup pants with his tongue out, his braided cable tail drooping from sheer exhaustion. The intern Capacitor waddles over, taking off his hard hat to wipe away imaginary sweat, his googly eyes drooping heavily with sleep. Giant tries to sit directly on the motherboard, but immediately grimaces because the copper floor is too hard for his heavy steel shell. Wise attempts to lean against a microchip, but its slippery surface causes him to hilariously slide and fall flat on his bottom. As soon as Capacitor lies down on the floor, he bounces up and down due to the gentle vibrations from the system. Seeing the exhausted squad without a proper place to rest, Captain Moon crosses his arms, pondering a solution. Just then, Wisdom the spider, standing atop a capacitor, blinks its 6 eyes rapidly as a glowing idea bulb pops up above its head. Wisdom nimbly climbs down, waves its front legs to grab everyone's attention, and points straight toward the vast empty gap between 2 thick power cables. The backpack on Wisdom's back switches to a green light. The polymer silk deployment system powers up with a soothing hum. Wisdom puffs out its chest proudly, gesturing for the team to relax and wait, promising to prepare a wonderful spot for their afternoon nap. Thwip! A glowing white silk thread is firmly anchored to the left cable bundle. Wisdom swings across the breezy void like a superhero. Down below, Bite Dog, Capacitor, and Genius sit in a neat row, gazing up in awe at Wisdom's spectacular performance. Wisdom darts back and forth seamlessly, each thread release accompanied by a satisfying swoosh. The 2 main support lines are successfully set. Now it is time to weave the net. Wisdom's 6 legs coordinate flawlessly, creating perfectly even hexagonal mesh patterns. The polymer silk emits a soothing, pale green glow. Every knot is skillfully and intricately tightened. Seeing a loose thread, Capacitor's hands itch with curiosity, and he steps forward, intending to use his yellow claw to help pull it tight. But alas, Wisdom's silk is super sticky. The moment Capacitor's claw touches it, it gets stuck fast, causing the panicked little guy to flail his arm. The more he struggles, the more tangled he becomes, and in the blink of an eye, Capacitor has wrapped himself into a gray burrito, his googly eyes blinking helplessly for rescue. Giant smiles gently, using 2 fingers of his massive excavator bucket to lift Capacitor up and carefully untangle each sticky thread. Wise the monkey is equally curious. He uses his tail to swing onto an unfinished silk thread, playfully doing acrobatics. Wise's weight causes the thread to sag deeply, making Wisdom lose balance on the other end and almost tumble to the ground. Glaring angrily, Wisdom shoots a blob of silk that glues the very tip of Wise's tail to the cable wall. Hanging upside down, Wise can only make a pitiful, apologetic face. Captain Moon flies over, shaking his head with a smile. He turns on his light baton, illuminating every thread so Wisdom can work more easily. Under the soothing blue light, each elastic polymer thread is pulled tight and woven together, creating a highly satisfying visual. Miraculously, a giant, beautiful spiderweb hammock is finished, sparkling like stars. Wisdom slides down a single thread, landing as light as a feather, and bows to the audience with utmost professionalism. The whole team stands up in unison, a chorus of metallic applause ringing out. A perfect nap-time bed is born. Smart skates around, using her tablet to scan the silk structure and check the safety of this suspended hammock. The screen displays an extreme load-bearing capacity alert. Smart smiles, nods, and gives a thumbs up to signal it is safe. Genius curiously flies up and pokes the net with his finger. The hammock bounces back like a miniature trampoline. Now for the most suspenseful part. Who will get on the hammock first? All eyes turn to the heaviest member, Giant. Giant points at himself in confusion. He is absolutely terrified that his massive body will snap the fragile-looking web. But the team keeps cheering relentlessly. Wise even playfully nudges Giant's treads to urge him forward. Trembling and hesitant, Giant lifts one heavy tread and carefully places it on the edge of the glowing hammock. The silk net dips slightly but remains incredibly sturdy. Giant shuts his eyes tight, grits his teeth, and drops his entire massive body into the center of the hammock. Whoosh! Giant's extreme weight pulls the hammock deep down toward the floor. He is completely swallowed inside, with only his two treads sticking up into the air. The team holds their breath, eyes wide in terror. Everyone expects the silk net to snap instantly. But no. At the anchor points, the polymer silk stretches like a rubber band, glowing brightly without breaking. The spider silk's superior elasticity catapults Giant back up into the air before settling into an incredibly smooth swing. Lying flat on his back in the middle of the hammock, Giant slowly opens his eyes. The soft silk perfectly embraces his heavy armor, supporting his body flawlessly. His square face relaxes in pure bliss. Giant flashes an unprecedented smile of contentment, spreading his arms wide to enjoy the floating sensation. Seeing Giant completely safe, the team gasps in joy. The great migration to the naptime hammock officially begins. Wise jumps up second. A perfect mid-air somersault lands him precisely next to Giant's round belly. Wise's arrival makes the hammock shake. Giant glares at the little monkey, then both burst into laughter, rocking the silk net. Genius slowly lowers his altitude, picks a nice spot on the hammock, turns off his jet boots, and curls up neatly. Smart skates along the cable path, steps gracefully onto the hammock, sits cross-legged elegantly, and takes off her glasses to rest. Wisdom crawls across the ceiling, drops down upside down on a web line, and lands silently on the very edge of its own creation. Capacitor waddles and jumps but cannot reach. Captain Moon has to grab his yellow claws, lifting the little boy up and placing him neatly into the net. Finally, Bite Dog takes a running leap. It snuggles right into Giant's armpit, curling up exactly like a good ball of braided cable. Captain Moon slowly folds his crystal wings and touches down in the last empty spot. The entire squad is now perfectly settled on the giant hammock. The blue light hammock gently sways back and forth between the two massive cables. A neat, clean, and strangely peaceful microscopic space. In the distance, the system's cooling fan begins to spin in slow, rhythmic circles. Each rotation of the blades casts a soothing blue LED light, creating a cool, refreshing breeze filled with sleepy vibes. The wind softly brushes across the hammock, blowing Smart's fiber-optic hair. She has already dropped her head, falling fast asleep. Giant's mechanical snores rumble rhythmically. With every breath, his golden chest rises and falls evenly. Wise the monkey is sound asleep, but still restless. He throws one leg right onto Giant's face, forcing the big machine to lazily push it away. Capacitor shuts his googly eyes tight into two horizontal lines, while the blue light on his chest pulses steadily like a heartbeat. The USB nose of Bite Dog occasionally exhales a whisper-thin phantom smoke that dissolves into the quiet air. Wisdom hooks its two hind legs firmly into the silk net, relaxing its body to sleep upside down masterfully, true to a spider's nature. Captain Moon crosses his arms drowsily, the light from his baton automatically dimming to make way for deep sleep. Right next to them, the mirror-like glossy plastic of the power cable reflects the silhouette of the whole team sleeping soundly on the hammock. Each polymer thread is stretched perfectly tight, sparkling with warm golden light filtering through the case's heatsink fins. A stubborn speck of dust floats by, but is immediately blown far away by the cool breeze. Genius seems to be dreaming of flying. His two jet boots occasionally puff out tiny, harmless blue sparks. Suddenly, Giant tosses his body with a loud thud. The hammock swings violently, launching the whole team half a millimeter into the air before they plop back down. Everyone opens their eyes in a daze, but the culprit, Giant, remains fast asleep, snoring loudly, completely unaware of what happened. A sleepy Smart gently pats Giant's head to soothe him. The whole squad closes their eyes again, relaxing their bodies and sinking back into their slumber. The whirring breeze of the fan blends with the soft, rhythmic ticking of the motherboard, creating a perfect lullaby for the micro-world. Wise's monkey mask switches to sleep mode, displaying a gentle and incredibly adorable digital smile. Capacitor's hard hat has slipped completely to one side, covering half of his deeply sleeping face. The overall lighting of the PC case gradually shifts to a cozy, warm orange night mode, protecting the warrior's dreams. Below the hammock, the vast motherboard surface stretches out, spotless and flawless, a testament to a highly effective workday. All around, rows of capacitors and components stand solemnly, silent like loyal guards watching over the team's sleep. The swinging of the hammock slows down, slower and slower, until it finally settles in perfect equilibrium. The 8 members of the squad curl up together on the glowing silk hammock, bonded and warm just like a real family. Time passes in absolute silence and order. Streams of data continue to quietly flow through the neat circuits. The breathing of the members falls into perfect sync. The energy charging process is proceeding smoothly and safely. A ray of afternoon sunlight slips through the heatsink, gently sweeping across Giant's scratched but proud golden steel armor. The world inside this computer holds more than just lifeless components. It holds unity, smiles, and well-deserved rest. The frame slowly shrinks into a smooth black circle, bringing a beautiful and peaceful afternoon for the cleaning squad to a close. Welcome to the deep blue ocean stage of the outro, where sparkling particles of light gently fall. The cleaning squad appears radiant under the stage spotlights. After their nap, they are recharged to 100% capacity. Captain Moon steps forward, elegantly removes his pilot helmet, and bows to the audience with a truly regal demeanor. The charming Smart glides over, carefully placing a giant sparkling blue like button on the floor. Pushing up her glasses, Smart winks with a captivating smile, using her slender finger to point at the like button, inviting everyone to interact. With a swoosh, Wise the monkey acrobatics through the air on a spider web, hugging a bright red subscribe button and landing neatly right next to it. Giant's tank treads rumble forward. He extends his mighty excavator bucket, lifting a shining golden notification bell high into the air. Bite Dog takes a running start, leaps up, and playfully nudges the bell with its glowing USB nose. Ding ding! The clear sound of the golden bell rings out, sending brilliant metallic sound waves rippling in all directions. Boom, bang! Digital fireworks burst joyfully across the sky, showering down countless streams of sparkling, glittering light. Beneath the vibrant rain of fireworks, the whole team bounces together, happily waving goodbye to all their dear viewers. Capacitor bounces non-stop, his 2 yellow claws waving wildly in rhythm with his violently shaking googly eyes. Genius flies in a masterful circle with his jet boots, spraying out countless iridescent soap bubbles, carrying floating messages of thanks. Thrilled beyond measure, Bite Dog dashes forward and gives a huge wet kiss right in the middle of the camera lens. The screen is instantly covered by a transparent phantom drool mark, turning the brilliant fireworks in the background into a hilariously blurry mess. Smart laughs heartily, gliding over softly to swipe her optical broom, restoring the lens to its sharp, crystal-clear state. The frame slowly pulls back, making way for two glowing neon borders that appear to introduce the next exciting videos. On the small screens, behind-the-scenes moments of wisdom weaving the hammock and Giant falling into it are replayed, looking incredibly cute. Clank, the shiny, solid steel cleaning squad logo drops from above, resting majestically right in the center of the frame. A message thanking you for watching slowly appears, radiating a warm and sincere white neon light. The stage lights gradually dim. The team stops waving, standing together in the poses of silent, proud heroes. Darkness slowly descends. The cheerful melody fades away, giving way once again to the familiar hum of the cooling fan. In the blink of an eye, the light on Smart's glasses turns off. Wisdom's 6 green eyes also slowly fade and sink completely into the night. The space falls into absolute silence. Everything is immersed in an incredibly relaxing and soothing sensation. The empty polymer silk hammock still gently sways, emitting a peaceful, sleep-inducing blue glow. The transparent blades of the system fan turn slowly, casting steady blue light rays onto the spotless motherboard floor. Giant's tank treads rest completely motionless. The dull yellow scratches stand out proudly in the dark. Wise's mechanical tail lies obediently, perfectly still right next to Smart's cute little roller skates. Bite Dog's USB nose exhales fragile wisps of smoke that slowly dissolve into the deep, dark void. The word CAPACITOR on the intern's chest dims and fades, closing a day of hard work and tear-jerking comedy. The energy core flashing on Giant's back beats at a slow rhythm, exactly like a mechanical heart falling deep asleep. A crystal-clear drop of cooling condensation rolls gently down the surface of a power cable, sliding down the spotless plastic without catching a single speck of dust. The microscopic world of the cleaning squad has become perfect. Everything is safe, clean, and peaceful in a deep slumber. The screen sinks into absolute, silent blackness, without a single ripple of sound. And then, a slender stroke of white light gracefully curves into a radiant smile in the middle of the night, lingering for a split second before vanishing completely.